Hi, everybody. A warm welcome today to our live stream. Yay! And today we will speak about the frequency of the earth and what is happening to the people right now. And I think everybody knows it's really crazy what is going on here on earth. So let's dive deeper. And if you have any question, like always in my live streams, you can ask me your questions, type it out here in the chat, and if I have an answer, I will give it to you. And I have also some questions you already gave me in the comments. So thank you so much. Hello, everybody. What is happening right now with the frequency and with the people? Because it's really a, a lot of things are going totally weird. And sometimes we can only think, is this reality? Is this really true? What we are experiencing right now? So let's dive deeper. What's about changing in the frequency? And you might know that time is speeding up, and also we experience, you might know, since 2023, the measuring stations of the Schumann frequency, they show more and more of this extreme amplitude peaks. The basic pulse of the Schumann frequency is the pulse of Mother Earth, the heart of Mother Earth, I call it. And this doesn't change so much. But what change and amplifies is the intensity of this energy. So you might have seen those diagrams where you can see that there was a blackout, that no measuring was possible of the Schumann frequency. So this shows us that something is happening right now. And then also we see the solar activity is increasing. We are now in the middle of the solar cycle, and I already spoke about this, I think, in live streams. And we are now at the peak of the 11-year solar cycle. I think a lot was also last year happening with the sun and the sun activity, but it's all already very high. And then what we also have is the Earth magnetic field. You might also know that scientists tell us that that this magnetic field is weakening. This means more solar activity comes to Earth, and this makes something with our own energy, you can say, because we are all connected. And this higher frequency is also connected from the sun to the central sun. And the central sun is the consciousness behind our sun. And this is really amazing what is happening right there. And everything is preparing for big changes. But the most important part to experience these changes are humanity itself. We have to be ready to experience those changes. So we will speak also what you can do to be ready and to raise your frequency, because these things and also the planetary energies in astrology, you might know, I make all those predictions. They show us that something big is coming. Next year, we have this exact conjunction of Saturn and Neptune in the last sign of the zodiac, and this is also the beginning, the point zero. So this is also immense, and this really makes people totally weird and that people are lashing out, and that people, they experience losing control, and that the nerves are raw, you can say. The nervous system is also experience a kind of blackout. And we see this in this strong polarization. There is not a normal discussion anymore. It is really like, you are on my side, or you are not on my side, then I'm fighting against you. This is really so extreme what we are experiencing. Yes, so this radicalization, you can say, and even within families, and black and white and blue and red, and yeah, so this is amazing. And this, what we are seeing, is really everything comes up, all the dark stuff comes up right now. And it has to be, it has to come up, because if we want to change, to make this big shift into a higher frequency world, we have to really cleanse it all up and to transform it. And transformation is never forgetting. Transformation is never to do not look at it. Transformation is never to have fear of it or to hate it. That doesn't change anything. That makes the problem bigger. What really, the only thing that really helps for transformation is an understanding of energy, and that every experience you make in your reality is caused by your belief system. And only by changing your belief system, you can change your frequency, you can change your consciousness and what you're experiencing. And this weird or lashing out, by what we can see by people, this is because the pressure becomes bigger and bigger. And people who cannot solve this pressure and do not understand what is happening, they try to change something, and this can lead to these weird reactions. And yes, so what we have to do to change it is, first, to accept that others struggle with these energy shifts, and really to be a role model to help them. And how can you be a role model? Maybe you also experience these heavy energies. The most important is to understand that what makes your life heavy, or this feeling of heaviness, is only created by our own unresolved issues. So we have to look deeper. Like I always say, every live stream, I speak about this. I speak about our belief system, and that we create our experience. And if the experience is not so good and not as like we wanted, we have to change something deep inside of us. And then, okay, maybe the outside will not change as quickly, but then we feel this inner peace. And because this inner peace is something that is not dependent on what is happening outside. So the most important is energy. How can you change your energy? Energy, you can say, is equal to your emotions. Your emotions are energy, 100%. And to change your energy, you have to understand why you create your emotions, and then you can release them. So that's the most important, to change something. And your nervous system also shows you this totally in the same way. If it's felt totally overloaded, then it's important that you allow to face your shadows. And sometimes it also can be you really have released a lot of your old beliefs and do a lot of spiritual work, but then you go maybe shopping or something, and then you feel those heavy collective energies. This is also possible. But this does not mean that what you feel because you are so sensitive is yours. So you have to really look closely if it is yours or if it is not yours. So that's important. So if you have any questions, please share, share, share. This is the most important. People are resisting. They are resisting the change. They want to go in a better future, but they do not want to do anything to experience a better future. And that does not work. Never, never, never. That does never work. So you have to really face your fears. You have allow yourself to feel your fears, to ask yourself, why do I feel this fear? What is the most um, uh, baddest thing that can happen when I allow to go deep and to see what I really believe? So you can find it out. And then you can change it. If you know your negative belief, you can let it go and you can choose a positive one. And that also maybe is not as easy. It is easy, but for a lot of people, they are so much in their old patterns and their old thinking circles. So you have really be conscious and to release what you do not need anymore. And if something old pops up, ask yourself, do I need it? Or is it not something that is my frequency? I vibrate with these ideas, then let it go. Yes, thoughts and emotions are energy. Mainly your emotions are energy. Your thoughts are created of your emotions. You cannot think something before you feel it. You have to first you feel it, but often we don't have this contact to our body, so we don't realize and acknowledge that we are feeling something before we think something. So the most energetic power, this is your feelings, not so much your thoughts. They are really only in this higher toot, toot, toot. So you have to change that. Thank you so much. What are some of the big events or truths that you feel will be revealed? Oh, and please also watch my videos, because now I can speak over 1 hour about these topics. I think, yes, we all know the Epstein files will be important. I think they will be revealed, and this will not be so nice for, yes, for some people. And yes, and I have to say, I made my prediction for November, my astrology prediction, also my mediumship, my psychic prediction, you might have seen. And I don't feel so, I don't feel fear about our future. And we have some energy shifts the next month. I also got a question about this that can also cause more trouble. And maybe also the wars are intensifying with Ukraine, and maybe something is happening with Venezuela, that the United States will start to attack Venezuela. This could happen. It's good possible. But what I deeply get on information is not that it will get so much worse than it is right now. So I think we are someone near the peak. I think so. Really, I think so. Maybe there's potential also next year for some energetic, not so easy conjunctions. But I think humanity is awakening, and that's the most important. And we see it with the youth, with the young people. They recognize who is in charge, you can say, or those billionaire elites and oligarchs that are trying to take more control over. But with people who are awakening, these old structures, these pyramidal structures, they do not function anymore so good. So we see, and this is also something that our mediumship senses, they activate, and this means you get this wisdom. Somebody, what he really, what's the intention behind what he's doing? You can see it more clearly, and the young people, they are so much connected to those psychic senses. So I think they are losing. This is, you can say, a little bit like the end game. Okay. Please explain about Trump Souls atrocities. I think he is really confused and not really clear anymore. So sorry. We will see. And I spoke about Trump and also a kind of disease or body weakness since some month. And I spoke about it before we could see it so clearly right now, that his power and his mind is not working so good anymore. Maybe it's really a kind of dementia or something like this. I'm not a doctor, but yes. Okay, and I think he will not end his presidency those 4 years. I don't think so. I don't see it. There will be a break, and he will be removed, or he will in another way stop being president. So I see it. Yes. Do you think it's safe to travel in December? Where do you want to travel? So if you want to travel to Venezuela, I would say, please don't do it. If you go to Spain, I think that's not a problem. So thank you so much. And I have more questions. Just check what you're writing here, and thank you so much. Do you feel the big truth will be revealed? I think so. The Epstein files, they will come out. And yes, all the victims will also speak out. Okay, I have some questions from you. Silvia, I see some big war or troubles in mid-December astrologically, according to Indian Vedic Astrology. And you might know I'm a Vedic astrologist, so I also look up to the charts. And mid of December, we have Mars in Sagittarius, and Mars is aspecting Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Pisces. This is extreme, and Mars is in the lunar mansion Mula. Mula is connected to now I forgot the name of the goddess of destruction. But this really goes deep. So when Mars is in Mula and aspecting Saturn and Neptune, this speaks of maybe also um, some wars going on, and maybe connected with the water, with the ocean, because Saturn in Pisces with Neptune can bring disturbance, and the old systems are crumbling. So we will see how this will play out, because Saturn is also in the lunar mansion Purva Bhadrapada. This is one of the most intense energies we have. So this is explosive, and also the other planets are not in so easy positions, you can say. But yes, so something can happen. But at all, I see we are going into a better phase, you can say, into a better area. So yes, we will see how it will play out. Because also astrology shows us all the possibilities. What we are doing with those energies, that's up to us. It's never written in the stars that the war has to happen. It only shows, oh, the potential and aggression is increased, but what we do with it, it's up to us. Next question. Can a person cancel their contract, their soul contract? I think so. I'm 65 and done with the suffering. Can I ask to be released of any more suffering? And when I read these questions, we have to understand, if you suffer, there's a reason for this. And the suffering is a messenger that tells you something in your life is not going well. And mainly because you believe on something that's not true, a negative belief. And you have to understand, you are holding this negative belief. And as long as you're holding, you cannot change anything. You cannot cancel your contract. Your contract is not a bad thing. What you are doing is the bad thing, you can say. So you have to understand this, and then to let go of the negative belief. And then your soul contract can perform in a good way. Yes, you can see it. So that's the most important. You have to change, and everything changes. Wow, your prophecy in November 2025 video was outstanding and very helpful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this. Because for me, it's often not so easy in English language. And then I'm not so sure if you can understand what I mean and so on. And so thank you very much. But Silvia, do you think there could be a false light? Things emerging, but the digital prison agenda continue to be rolled out. Laura, yes, you can believe it. And if you believe it, you will experience it. This idea of a false light, and also I hear it so often, this is so much connected to this feeling of having no power and really being powerless. You have to understand, you have full power that lies in you. And those kind of manipulation, experiencing of manipulation is happening because you are not strongly in your own energy. And therefore, it's important to find out your negative beliefs, why you believe. You do not have the power to change your life. So that's the most important. And yeah, maybe I try another fake fake attack maybe from drug dealers, and then we have the right to attack Venezuela or something like this. They can try these fake attacks, maybe fake attack from Iran to Israel, and then we have the right um, uh, and the permission to fight and bomb Iran or something like this. But do not believe in those kind of what they want to tell us in the official media. So be prepared, and especially don't watch TV. Don't watch TV. Check out some good YouTubers that are really amazing, like Judge Napolitano is really good, and he's speaking to a lot of those senior generals, and they have really big insights. So there are, or Max Blumenthal is also very, very good. So Gray Zone with his sender, his show. Yeah, that's really good. So Trump is exposing criminals in the depth of all levels in governments. They can run but not hide. Yes, everybody can believe what he wants to believe. That's totally fine. That doesn't change my frequency. Okay, let's check the next question. What would you say about January 2026? Two positions, there are several planets. There are several planets aligning in one single house. Will it be something awful? And I checked the chart, and yes, that is really outstanding, you can say. But sometimes we have those. 6 planets, I think, are in the sign of Capricorn. And this includes the shadow aspects. They are not really planets, but Gulika, Mandi, Pluto, Venus, Sun, Mars, and Mercury. They're all together in January in the sign of Capricorn. And yeah, so this speaks about lot is happening, lot that wants to change the old structures. Sorry. This also speaks about karma, that something old comes to the light to be released and to bring in balance. Saturn wants to bring things into balance. He helps us to understand and to really look deeper. So Saturn is not a bad planet, and Capricorn is not a bad sign. But this means that something hidden can be revealed, also with Gulika and Mandi. And Sun and Venus, they can also bring disruption in the financial system. This is something I get right here, that it could be about the financial system. Something is happening there, something big maybe. We will see. And leadership. Leadership will be under pressure because a lot of those planets in Capricorn, they are in the lunar mansion Uttara Ashara. This is connected with the sun, and the sun stands for leadership. So, yeah, this is really amazing. And you have to understand in Vedic astrology. And if you want to learn Vedic astrology, I have an online course. You can check it out. And what would I say? When there are a lot of planets in one house, you cannot really say what is happening, because it is like a lot of people are coming together in one room. And then you cannot say, oh, if Uncle Sam is there and Grandma Irene or something like this. What this means when they all come together, this can create unexpected events and experiences. So We will see how this play out. Was Epstein Mossad agent? It's a really spiritual question. I'm more of my. It's for me easier to speak from the spiritual side, and I think there were deeply connections between Epstein and Mossad, but how directly I cannot tell you. Money is just paper based on speculative markets. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Next question. What about Africa? What about dark skin types? Because all star systems, star nations, all star siblings, were described as having light skin. Or did I miss something? And if you don't understand the question, this is because I made a video about star seeds. From where do you come? From which star family? And you can check this video. Maybe I can also link it later. It's an older video from me. And there I spoke about the connection between the star nations and Earth. And I did not speak about a dark skin type, but there are a lot of dark skin extraterrestrials, you can say, or star nations. The Orions often have darker skin. Then the Anunnaki, they also have darker skin. So we are connected to those darker skin types also. So yes, and Andromeda also have darker skin, and also Sirius a little bit. There could be also darker skin. So we are connected to those star families, and yes, and they influenced our genes. And so some people got dark skin, some people got yellow skin, some people got white skin. Yes, we have this, but now it's totally mixed. Everything is have relationships with others, so it's mixed up, and that's fine. That's totally fine. And sorry for my English. Okay, next question. What do you say, Silvia, about the scandal that Trump has sued Ursula von Leyen? What will happen to Germany? Yes, it is time for the truth to come out and every lie to be exposed. No more pretense, no more deception. What about the damage from World War II? What about the war in Ukraine? How much can you see as a medium? This is a long question, and I think I cannot go so much in the depth for this. But I see no verification about Donald Trump sued Ursula von der Leyen. Maybe you can help me. I don't know about. And Germany is going through an immense crisis. You might know I'm a German, so I experienced this. We see it, that it's not as easy. A lot of those automobile companies, they struggle really, and also other business. And so it's not so easy in Germany right now. But I see it will become better also for Germany. And the war in Ukraine, I see right now this intensification. It is like an end game, and I hope so much that there might be a possibility that the leadership of Ukraine is really giving up, you can say, and that there will be a new start, a new beginning for Ukraine. Because I think the reason, the reason for this war, we have to really dive deep and check out what was the reason, and to understand why the Russian started to invade Ukraine. War is never a solution, but I think we are in a kind of endgame in the Ukraine war. And that's not nice. No, it's not nice. But I hope it will end soon. I hope it will end before Christmas. I hope so much. This will help the people, because for the people in Ukraine, this is not easy. And the soldiers and every person who is dying in a war, it's too much, every soul. Okay, next question. Hello, Silvia. I'm completely overwhelmed by this. I have so many negative belief patterns. They've been passed down through generations in my family. When I feel inferior, I recognize the pattern and tell myself that that's not true. But the feeling remains. I don't know any different. How should it feel or look when I don't feel inferior? For me, it's like explaining to a blind person what the moon looks like, what color a rose is, or what color a cat's fur is. Fur is fur. Okay, so I know so many people tell me, oh, Silvia, I've done so much. And if you want, I have an online course where you can learn how to solve your negative beliefs. So check it out. This is my Be Spirit course. There you can learn it. There you can really lift yourself up and learn how to release negative beliefs. The most important is, if you feel it, the old pattern, the old structures, and you feel it and you feel it, then you don't have released the negative belief. Sometimes we think you only have to understand a negative belief to change something, but that's not true. To understand a negative belief does not solve anything, does not solve the energetic tension. You have to feel it. You have to feel the negative belief. Maybe it is you're not good enough. To feel it, that you are not good enough. Really feel it deeply and ask yourself, why do I believe in it? And if you're ready and really understand, you can change it. But first you have to feel it. Change it at the bottom, at the root, the negative belief. And choose a good one that helps you. I'm good enough. And then that is not the end of the story. You have to live it. How do you live? I'm good enough. You can write down 10 points what it means to be good enough. Do this work. We often are too lazy. We don't do these things. We don't feel, we don't do, we think, oh, something has to change because I understand it. That's not true. That does not change anything. So you have to change it. And if you believe, oh, so many generations, they all carry those negative beliefs, and now I'm in a trap. That's not true. You can change it at every moment, but you have to do it. You have to do it. Nobody else can do it, but you have to do it. So, and so this is only if you say, oh, it's like a blind person, never know how something looks. That's not true. We can all dive deeper, but you have to allow to feel. If you don't feel, you can't change anything. Thank you so much, Pat. Thank you so much for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your work is so appreciated and valuable for everyone. And if not for your you learning English, many people would be lost. Don't make fun of your English. Thank you so much, Pat. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. This is the reason why I make these videos, really to help you to understand why you experience blockages and what you really can create in your life. So, next question. There is one more, the last one, I think. In a video, you said that there is no predisposition to disease, which made sense to me. I recreate myself every second, what I believe, and in that kind, your disease. So, how could there be genetic inheritance from my ancestors? Could you please address this again in a Sunday appointment or Saturday appointment? You also talked about epigenetics, but now you are going back to genetic inheritance. Or am I misunderstanding? There are two different systems and they work at the same time. The one is your genetic inheritance. Yes, you might have a kind of copy of the genes of your ancestors. That's fine. That's fine. But at the same time, you can change everything at every moment because your frequency, your beliefs create your frequency. And if you change your beliefs, your frequency changes. And this also changes your genes. And it is much more, not complicated, but maybe a little bit amazing, you can say. Because when you change your frequency, you change totally who you are. Totally who you are. And this means your genes, your DNA. This has not to change in a long process because you changed your frequency. It changes immediately because you are another person with another DNA, another and others and other ancestors at every moment. You are not binded to those ancestors. This you have to understand. And maybe you cannot understand it with your mind, but you can understand it with your heart. That if you change your frequency, everything changes. Your ancestors changes, so the genes of your ancestor changes, and your DNA is not the same. So at every moment you change something, you create your new connection to ancestors that relate to your frequency right now. I hope you can understand it. Heart blessed greetings from Swedish Forest. Wow, I love Sweden. For me and my grand Dennis, Greta, we are listening on your wise and calming words. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. And greetings to Sweden. Schweden. We speak in Germany, Sweden. Okay. Do you know about Hinduism? I was yoga teacher for over 20 years and I have studied Patanjali's Yoga Sutra. And the Yoga Sutra, the Vedas are not totally Hinduism, I think, but there are, I think a lot of connection points. And I also chanted the Yoga Sutras all without reading it. I have it inside. And so I'm deeply connected to the wisdom of yoga, of the Vedas. Okay, please come, India. One day, I hope. But do you know my problem? It's not a problem, but I will tell you. I have 4 dogs. 4 dogs. They cannot come with me on holiday to India. So sorry. And I love to be with them. They are so spiritual. They are so amazing, and they love me so much. So for me, I love to be near them. So that's a little bit a problem. But Silvia, do you think? And this I answered. So if you have any more question, you can ask me. And if not, then please share my videos and subscribe to my channel. And I love you deeply. And yes, and if you are interested, you can learn with me to activate your mediumship, psychic abilities, or to learn how to solve your negative beliefs and to do energy work. I have a lot to offer. Thank you so much. I love you.